Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are going to be beginning the narration and character voice acting for the vignette side story, Stories of Afternoon. So then, like voted by you guys in the most recent community vote here on YouTube, this is going to be our second story that we're going to be covering here on the channel during the Contingency Contract Season 12. The first one was Heart of Surging Flame, which won with a majority of the votes. And is already up on the channel, of course, so for those of you who might have missed it and want to go and check that one out, playlist is in the description of the video. But today we shall cover the story that came in second, which is this one, Stories of Afternoon, which in itself is a collection of individual little stories featuring most of the character that you can see right in front of you on the cards, and their daily lives essentially on board of Rhodes Island. And some other stuff around them as well, from time to time. But yeah, this is pretty much gonna be Slice of Life, the collection of stories, so to speak. So for those of you who might be new to Arknights and are wondering, do I need to go through some other story first to get to know these characters better? No. If you know the character, this is gonna be just get to know the character, pretty much, and and a bit of their circumstances as well around them. But yeah, in today's first part, we shall be covering the first three stories, which are Let's Throw a Party, Diary, and Today's Kitchen. The next three stories are going to be part of part 2, which will be up on the channel in probably 2 or 3 days from now, so please look forward to that one. But now, to begin this, sit back, relax, get yourself a cup of tea or coffee, get cozy, and let's begin with our first story, which is Let's Throw a Party. "4:22 p.m. Clear. Rhode Island Landship, Compartment 5, Training Grounds. Cleave, thrust, swing. That concludes today's training. Know your limits. You're pushing yourself too hard. No. Don't worry. I'm A-okay, Doctor. I know myself, and I'm well within my limits here. Instructor Doberman and Liskarm helped me work out a training schedule, so you don't have to worry. The operators training here always work so hard. I have to go all out. I can't hold anyone back. Oh, by the way, Doctor, I'm going on a mission with the other Black Steel girls in a couple of days, and won't be training here for a while, so thanks so much for everything you've done for me here. You, look like you have something to say. Huh. Perceptive as always, Doctor. Am I so easy to read? Well, I'm really glad to go on a Black Steel mission. It's just... I have a few pets and, I usually take care of them, but when I'm on a mission, I have to ask other people to do it. I usually ask the other Black Steel girls. Liskarm and Frankel help most of the time, but they're always on a mission together, and taking R&R together. If one goes, so is the other. And I totally ship them. Frankel likes to joke around, but she's actually really reliable. Puffball, Tiny, Kuro, and Stout all really love Franka. Sometimes Jessica takes care of them, if I can't find those two. But this one time Kuro kind of startled her, and I think she was going to cry. Can I ask, what exactly are these pets? Huh. Didn't I bring Puffball and the gang around to meet you, Doctor? Puffball, Tiny, and Kuro are all Roginium snails, and Stout is a Sargon Desert metal crab, and every last one of them is cute as a button. What's wrong, Doctor? Oh no, I know that look in your eyes, Doctor. No. You can't eat them. Not Puffball, not Tiny, not Kuro, not Stout. You can't eat any of them. I know you've been eating all kinds of weird stuff behind Dr. Katzit's back. I was going to ask you to take care of them, but now No way. What am I going to do? We're all going out together this time. What's going to happen to my babies? The other operators are all busy with their own things, so I can't just go up and ask them out of nowhere, can I? Couldn't hurt to try. Like, try asking the next one who walks by. Huh? Take this seriously. You're joking, right, Doctor? Who will it be? Oh, I hope it's someone reliable. Someone's coming. Their footsteps are very light, with a steady pace, very steady. It must be a great warrior. Huh? What's that fragrance? I remember this scent, it's... Melantha! Huh? Yes, it's me. Good afternoon, Doctor. Vanilla. So, what can I do for you? Sorry, it's kind of unusual for you to ask me for something. I just... Not at all. You're a big help, Melantha. Thank you so much. It's nothing, and actually I'm just going to ask Stuart. But really I'm glad I could help. Oh! She's blushing. Melantha is so timid off the battlefield. Don't worry, I'll take care of Vanilla's pets. Thank you so much for your trouble. Thanks, Stuart. Think nothing of it. I really want to have you standing on ceremony. We're friends. How could we be friends? You two have been with Rhodes Island for so long. You're far more senior than me. Does company seniority matter so much? Oh, by the way, is Melantha also going on this mission? None of my superiors mentioned it. Yes, I am. It was decided kind of suddenly. They only just told me. It was Master, Franca, who said she wanted to see how my swordsmanship was coming along. The timing was right, so she applied to have me join the team. Oh, Franca? She's been teaching you her sword techniques? Yes. Is she actually a good teacher? I know she's really reliable, but I hope she isn't a bad influence on a good girl like Melantha. Oh no, the more I think about it, the more worried I get. Not at all. Franca likes to play around, but she's very serious when it comes to sword fighting. It's all thanks to Franca that I've come as far as I have. She's a great influence on me. Oh, sorry, I may have gone a bit overboard. You two are actually pretty close. But I'm glad to know that Franca is a good teacher anyway. I won't worry. Franca is a great sword master. I've never seen her lose a sparring match to anyone in Black Steel. Master is amazing. I have a lot more to learn. Oh, right. Sorry, but it's time for me to go. I have an appointment with Ansel for a routine checkup today. Routine checkup? Yes, for oropathy. Oh. What, again? Didn't you just get checked the day before yesterday? And medical gave you a new drug after the last checkup, right? Yes, it's because they want to keep tabs on my new medication. Nothing to worry about. Dr. Warfren says my infection is under control. I'm glad. You better get going for now. Thanks again. We could get tea when you're done with your checkup if you have time. Oh, tea? Yeah, sounds good. It's a date. Thank you again for your help, Stuart. And thank you, Vanilla. Me? Huh? Nothing. Never mind. Oh? I feel like Melantha changed a lot. She's in such a good mood now. You think so too? Melantha is much more confident now than when we first formed the squad.
Confident? Oh, yes, it's confidence. I've always felt that Rhode Islanders are different from the infected I've met in the past. I think it's because you all live. You keep pushing so hard to live your lives. It makes, if that makes sense. Sometimes I forget about the whole infection thing altogether. It's really incredible.
Ha, incredible? No, I don't think so. Rhode Island has been forced to get involved in a lot of things, but it's still essentially a pharmaceutical company. It's always been mostly about developing medicine and the treatments for the infected. An infected person who would make the effort to come here for treatment, she's going to be the type who won't give up on life, right?
It makes sense when you put it that way.
That's why we have to work with other organizations to make up for what we don't have, such is the case, for example, with Black Steel. Thanks to professionals like you, Vanilla, our operators are under less pressure.
No, I'm not even a professional yet. I'm still in training. It's the senior operators who are professional mercenaries. Leskar and many others didn't have to take a test to come here, like I did.
A test?
Yes, both practical and written exams. I spent a week in the library preparing for that written test. I didn't even sleep.
You're a hard worker. That's a bit of a surprise, though. Black Steel is more serious about our cooperation agreement than I thought.
Why would you say that? Since the Euripathy crisis began, a lot of Black Steel mercenaries got infected. We're okay though, and Euripathy isn't that scary to us mercenaries. Our work is dangerous enough already.
You'll die in the end either way.
Right. On the other hand, some clients don't want to hire infected, so we're getting fewer contracts, making less money and probably causing some headaches for the bosses. I think that's around the time we started cooperating with Rhode Island. Franka told me about it, but I don't know the details.
I see.
And I'm very lucky I got to come here and see so many things and meet so many people I never would have encountered before. Every single day. It's really fulfilling. Not to mention free dessert in the cafeteria once a week. I've probably gained a lot of weight since coming here.
Probably not, as long as you keep your nutrition balanced. It's good to eat a little more. Take care not to overeat, but health is what matters.
No, Stuart, you don't understand. It's not about what other people think, it's about how it affects your mood.
Oh, is that right?
Damn straight. Manila knows what she's talking about. Ah, Blaze. Oh. Blaze, who is this little girl?
This little rascal?
She's Dora, one of my adorable little friends. And please, try to chill out, Vanilla. I don't want you trying to trade business cards with a child. Nice to meet you. Ah, hello.
Good afternoon, Miss Dora. Did you take your medicine today?
She pulled half an hour of storybook time out of me on account of it tasted too bitter.
I'm onto you, little rascal. You said it was too bitter last time too, and Dr. Coxit fixed up the taste.
But it is bad. You said so yourself.
I don't take the same stuff as you. No excuses.
No. I need to go.
Huh?
Oh, it's time for class. Yes, medic lady said she'd teach us how to make paper flowers today.
Will you make one for me? I'll give you a candy.
I'll think about it. Bye-bye, Mr. Miss.
No running in the halls. You'll fall and hurt your... She fell.
This kid. She's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, she looks quiet, but she's a wrecking ball. Warfarin has to scare her into behaving. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I've never seen you two hang out. Aren't you usually with the Black Steel girls, Vanilla? Did Ami organize a mixer?
Huh? We're not...
Blaze, don't joke.
Did it sound like a joke? Honestly, I think we should have a mixer where we all get together and relax.
I'm sure we'll make time. And anyway, we had a few private functions. I know I've seen Blaze drinking and puking with quite a few contract operators.
Those don't count. That must be the boozy nightmare Liskam talks about sometimes. By the way, was that little girl a Rhode Islander?
Dora? She's here for treatment, so I think she, counts?
Yes, but we're classified differently. Combat personnel are different from logistic personnel, and there's a few others. It's all HR stuff, you know?
You sound unsure.
It's not my wheelhouse. Why are you so fixated on Dora? I don't know. I guess I'm just curious. I saw her when I first got here too. Oh? I came to give the doctor my paperwork, and there was this cute infected girl and her parents waiting outside the door. The girl, though still small, was very well behaved. She just held onto her tattered doll. She didn't make a sound. It was no big deal, but it made an impression. That must have been Dora. That doll was a mess. I told her I'd buy her a new one, but she wouldn't have it. I ended up getting buyback to stitch it up for her. So it was her.
I think I remember her. I remember she's Victorian, right?
I think so. Her medical record says she was involved in a street fight and inhaled a bunch of originium dust. I took a look at it before, when I was helping Hibiscus give her some shots.
The children in that ward came from different backgrounds, but they are all in the same place now. Cardigan likes to play with them, and Ansel always stays late after medicating them to tell stories and such. They're all very happy kids.
Nora is especially optimistic. She always says she wants to join my squad when she grows up. Where do you think she gets it from?
To want to join Blaze's team, she must be a little unhinged.
Hey!
It's a fairly common story around here. Just pick any of the medical compartments at random and you'll find a few people who'd have been through similar things.
Yeah, it's nothing new. The world sucks. Is she very sick? Her family didn't look rich. I didn't think they'd be able to afford treatment. Honestly, I kind of didn't expect to see her again. A normal place where the bosses have their heads screwed on right definitely wouldn't take a dying patient with no money.
There's a better way to phrase it. But Blaze is right, there is no cure for ripathy, and even an organization like ours has limited resources. That's why the infected are in such a tough position.
But Rhode Island didn't turn them away. Rhode Island isn't small, but I guess you can't say it's a really big organization either. Since coming to Rhode Island, I've seen a lot of people, a lot of infected people who come here for medical attention. And some of them even come forward and said they were willing to fight.
All of us in Reserve Op Team A4 did exactly that.
You too, Stuart?
Of course.
I hadn't even heard of this place before the Black Steel Partnership. Who could imagine a company that saves the infected and doesn't even get paid anything for it? That's not quite right. Huh? It's not? It's not that we don't get paid or anything, we just get paid without money. If one side has to pay too much, that's actually a big burden on both sides. An arrangement like that wouldn't last, no matter how sweet Ami might be. She wouldn't do something like that. We do provide treatment, but it's definitely not free. Here, we've got a fine example standing right here.
Blaze, you're going to break my shoulder if you keep patting me like that.
You can choose all kinds of different ways to contribute to Rhode Island in exchange for the treatment we provide. Definitely not just fighting. Us combat operators are actually the rarest bunch. We got logistics to handle the paperwork, engineering to keep Rhode Island itself trucking along, envoys to go talk to organizations, not to mention procurement and cleaning staff. Even if you want to wash dishes in the cafeteria, that's fine. As long as it helps, you can do it.
Hearing it again, it does sound pretty idealistic.
Is that bad?
Not at all. Blaze whistling and I will spare you whistling into the mic.
But, what can a little kid like Dora do to help Rhode Island? You saw, they're about to learn how to make origami flowers. Huh? The paper flowers they fold will be used to decorate the mixer. Then they'll be given to every operator as they come back to Rhode Island.
Since when is there a mixer?
Just now. I decided. Whatever. The point is there is work to be done, and the work those little guys do looks a little different from the work I do, but it's all important to Rhode Island. Now let's be real. I know you guys have been calling our company a sweatshop. That was a joke. Just a joke. We only call it a sweatshop when the doctor forgets to exchange us in the base. Yeah, sure. That's what I say when I tease the doctor. Blaze, please.
My opinion is a bit different from that of Blaze. There are some of us who trade our labor to Rhode Island in exchange for treatment, and many more who coincidentally have interests aligned with the company. Of course, there are many who truly believe in Ami and her philosophy and are willing to give everything to that end. Blaze whistling again? But we don't necessarily all share those ideals. Sometimes we just happen to be on the same path in the same direction, and end up side by side in this moment.
I think I understand, but...
It's alright, you don't have to think about it too much. The important thing is that we're all getting a little bit better. Things are good for now. People are happy. As you are, as are you, Vanilla. You've been smiling a lot lately.
Oh, I have? It's probably just because I'm so fulfilled here at Rhode Island, although there's still a lot of things I'm not used to. Like doors that suddenly open on their own, and the last time I was in the corridor, some medical device suddenly started talking to me. I jumped out of my skin.
I suppose you aren't used to such things. Nachiel was telling me about the rubber band launcher he helped Exia make. He said you snapped it in half.
He made that? Sorry, the rubber band startled me, so I acted on instinct. I'm really sorry.
That's okay, Nachiel wasn't angry. He's a man of a few words, but he's a gentle soul. I can testify to that. But if he ever comes to you with any more inventions that cause you trouble, do let me know. Or Melantha.
Hey, I just had a thought.
Maybe that whole sweatshop thing actually fits? What's this again?
I mean, those kids. What are they? Child labor? An early investment? An early investment?
Yeah, it'll pay off, won't it? Rhode Island teaches these kids all kinds of things. The little punks are probably better than us at a bunch of stuff, like I get a headache looking at numbers. And then when they toss letters in with the numbers... they're all probably going to be awesome. Way more awesome than me. They'll do all kinds of stuff I never could. So you know, it's a return on investment. A return? Not necessarily. Shh, let me dream. Don't say it.
Oh, it's Amia. Looks like another mission. I kind of want to blow it off.
I can just blow it off, right? Well, I gotta go.
Vanilla, Stuart, let's get a drink at that mixer. She talks like that, but she still walks away with a smile on her face. Are we really going to have a mixer? What if I don't drink?
Oh, don't mind Blaze. She's always like that. She won't force you.
No? That's kind of a disappointment.
Huh?
Okay, this is my place. Come on in.
Alright. So this is where Vanilla lives.
Don't laugh, it's kind of a mess. Oh, here's Puffball, and the gang.
Puffball? What a cute name. Vanilla, your pets, they're, are these are your pets?
Yes. They're all cute little critters from my hometown.
I fear the word cute has lost all meaning.
Oh, don't worry, Stuart. Kuro may be big, but he's really the gentlest of them all. It's so hard to fight them on the battlefield, and Instructor Doberman always yells at me, but I really can't help it.
I can tell you really like animals, Vanilla. And, well, these pets, they certainly have character.
They sure do. They're very well behaved. They don't make a mess. Just give them a little food and water every day and they're good to go. Oh, but be careful not to press the spikes on their shells. Otherwise,
Otherwise?
they explode.
Explode? Vanilla, is it really okay to have a pet like this in your room?
Huh? Of course, I got permission from Ami and Dr. Kotsit. This terrarium is made of a special material that insulates the originium. It's very safe. Also, I prepared their food already. See, just press the button on the side like so and it automatically feeds them. Pretty crazy, huh?
I actually think it's crazier that you're here keeping originium slugs.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
Hmm? Oh, and for water, they really only need a little bit every other day. Keep the environment nice and dry, just like my hometown.
Understood. I'll make sure not to overwater them. These originium snails and that metal crab, they look nicer than any I've seen before. Your hometown is in Sargon, correct?
That's right. It's a very remote place in the Sargon countryside.
What's it like?
It's a very poor place with very few resources. You can't farm there because there's nothing but sand. You have to hunt to survive. All the children in my tribe are raised to be great hunters.
You too?
Yes, me too.
Then why did you join Blacksteel?
It's kind of embarrassing, but for money.
Money?
Yep, Blacksteel Worldwide is just a mercenary group. Maybe everyone joins with a different goal, but a lot of mercenaries just need money. And that's me.
Is that right? But it seems as though Jessica doesn't want for money.
Jessica? She has some other motivation, I guess. She doesn't talk about these things much, so I don't really know.
As a quick little side note, now that they brought up Jessica, well, I don't think she will ever need money in her life, let's put it that way. She makes the richest people in Arknights, or rather her family makes the richest people in Arknights blush. Anyway.
But where I come from, everyone is very poor. It doesn't rain much in the Sargon deserts. When it does, the water accumulates in small oasis pools, and caravans cross the entire desert looking for them, stopping briefly as they pass by our tribe to take out some goods to trade. It's mostly barter, no one has much money, but every home has a little something to trade. The caravans usually stays for just a day or two, and when it gets very cold at night, everyone gathers around the fire. We eat a little jerky, the adults drink a couple of sips of wine to ward off the cold, and the kids get a handful of tatis to snack on. The traders tell the children about what's going on in the world outside the desert, usually something new and fun. Like how in the far, far east there are fragrant cities with flowers everywhere, huge metropolises overflowing with wealth and happiness.
I could go for some of that.
Right, but since I've been out here, I haven't had a chance to check and see if the East is really so great.
Oh, Vanilla, believe me, neither have we. The one story we got to see in the East, in the far, far East, talking about Higashi, pretty much showed us nothing about Higashi. Anyway.
Anyway, having heard stories like that, it's only natural I'd be curious about the outside world. There's no way I could stay in the desert and be a regular old hunter. So I followed the merchants out to a small town on the edge of the desert.
And you found out things weren't so good as you thought?
They're not so good, but also not so bad. At least the food is better than back home. I didn't have much money on me. Everything my family had still wasn't enough. Even a hostel was too expensive to stay in. It's not like I had a lot of options besides mercenary work, but I don't regret it. Anyway, that's enough of that. Where's your hometown, Steward?
I'm from Kierak.
Wow, I heard it snows there all year round. Is that true? I've never seen snow.
And you never will at Rhode Island.
Really? Well, I'll have to save up. Jessica says those new body insulation suits are really expensive.
That might be a bit overkill. Melantha was very happy you asked her to help. Though she may not show it, which is both a strength and a weakness of hers.
Really? I hope I'm not being a bother.
Certainly not. It's no bother to Melantha or myself for that matter. Now off on your mission, Vanilla, and rest assured I will take excellent care of Puffball and the others.
Oh, just a minute, Stuart.
Was there something else?
Not that I totally understand everything you and Blaze were talking about, but next time Reserve Op Team A4 visits the kids in the treatment wards, please bring me along. Let's learn how to make paper flowers so we are ready for that mixer.
She took the mixer very seriously. Also, considering Stuart just mentioned Kierag, if you are new to Arknights and would like to see a story taking place in Kierag where characters like Stuart, Matterhorn here, who will be part of our third story for today, and the Silver Ashes are from, that story was already told in the form of Break the Ice, which playlist I will also leave in the description of the video if you want to go and check that story out if you didn't have the opportunity to do so yet. But anyway, we shall continue on with our second story today, featuring mostly Ptilopsis and some other characters around her, and the title of the story is Diary.
Ptilopsis, you're back. Yes. Thanks for going on that site inspection for me. I'm almost done with this experiment, so I'll be able to do the next one myself. It's okay. I can go next time too. Oh? Did something happen? Yes, I'm going to my room now. Okay. I think it should be in this diary. No, this one was written at Rhine Lab, so it should be this one. Yes, this one. This diary is from after I came to Rhode Island with Silence. Let me see.
March 21st. Overcast.
Today 2 new operators came to the island, one named Hung and one named Ak. They seem to be from the same place as Waifu. It is significant that Ak, who looks very young, is said to be a very famous back alley doctor in Lungmen, but it seems he will not join the medical section.
April 2nd. Cloudy.
Ever since he found out that Warfarin is Mr. Blood, he has been visiting the medical section regularly. But most of the medical section does not like him. This is because he does nothing to conceal his disrespect for us as his peers. He is clearly highly skilled at healing arts. Why?
April 15th. Sunny.
Speaking of Ak, Hung came to take him away after his latest competition with Warfarin. He has since curbed his behavior somewhat, and the medical team is growing accustomed to his personality, at least outwardly. This diary must be from the time of his second duel with Warfarin.
Flashback. Hey, Mr. Blood, how about a little contest of skill?
Wow, what an obnoxious little wrench you are. Didn't you realize the power differential at work the last time you lost to me?
Are you serious? You think I lost that? Hey, Miss Feathers, you were there too. Who won that?
Silence. He means you. I'm Miss Feathers? Analysis determines a 50% chance he's calling me. However, my logic functions have determined I do not want to respond to this form of address. Neither do I.
What are you whispering about? Come on, I didn't lose the last time, did I?
Ak, we're busy. Please don't interrupt our work.
Sure, I'm just asking a question. Give me an answer and I'll leave you two to your noble work.
Very well. Accessing system records. According to the records, it is true that, objectively speaking, the winner of that last contest was difficult to determine due to the unexpected circumstances arising at the end.
Well, how about that?
Pfft, fine, let's give you a loss to remember today. It's been like this every day since that Ark showed up. I really don't understand why the doctor would hire someone like that. Despite his abrasive personality, there is no denying that his clinical expertise, as well as his natural talent, is impressive.
I know what you mean, but I think he looks down on us. Yeah, that last surgery really impressed a lot of people, and I was kind of sold on him myself. I figured I'd try to make friends. He ended up treating me like garbage. I hate that guy.
Only Big Boss Warfarin could get along with him. Is that what getting along looks like? What do you think, Ptilopsis? Searching dictionary database. Result: birds of a feather flock together.
That works on a couple of levels.
What's going on in here? Looks like you're having a good time. Dr. Ansel, we were talking about Ak. Oh, I don't connect well with his personality, but it's nice to have a fresh face as skilled as him.
Leave it to Dr. Ansel to have nice things to say about Ak.
Alright, even if we didn't have work to do, you can't be chatting it up during work hours. Back to your stations.
Right.
You have something, Ansel? Well, I have to report. The results aren't exactly stellar. That's more or less what we expected, though. Let's start preparing the next experiment right away. Ptilopsis, you go too. Oh? Yes, understood. Ark joined the medical section. Joining the medical section was a major upset to the order of things, and while there was some unpleasantness, I somewhat did not dislike it. Oh, I did not dislike it in this one. If I recall correctly, there should be more. Right, here it is.
June 10th, light rain.
The reconnaissance operators appear to have discovered a vein of originium ore in a nearby mountain range, and Dr. Kalset has sent a team to investigate. To be safe, Silence and a few medic operators went along. Nothing else to do today but wait for the test results.
May 15th, sunny.
Gabriel came back from an operation and told us at dinner that she grew so annoyed with the enemy scurrying around that she personally waded into the battle and cut them all down. She seems to have forgotten that she is a medic operator, but she did make it sound appealing.
May 1st, cloudy.
Today, after interviewing a new medic operator, I talked with Ansel about what we were doing before coming to Rhode Island. I couldn't reveal much of the inner workings of Rhinelab to him due to confidentiality agreements, but it was a meaningful conversation. Yes, this is it.
Flashback.
In other words, you were also half patient and half researcher at Rhinelab? Yes, Silence has had me on a customized course of treatment from then until now. And Silence herself is infected, and she has her own course. Such things are not uncommon at Rhinelab. So, Rhinelab does a few things just like Rhode Island. I always thought of Rhinelab as a technology company. Well, it's not a proactive approach to outreach like Rhode Island's. I can't say more, but it is safe to assume that Rhinelab cooperates with Rhode Island in this area due to a shared outlook.
Indeed. Then I guess it's my turn.
There's not much to say. My hometown is in Rimbilliton, and since my family was poor, I never had much access to technology, or really anything new. After bouncing around a bit, I stumbled on a job listing for Rhode Island. I put in a resume just to see what would happen, and here I am. It blew me away when I first got here. I never thought I'd ever get to work in a place like this. Indeed, I did not think of Rhode Island as a small land cruiser when Silence first discussed the cooperation agreement.
but I've certainly learned a lot since coming here, and the remuneration is pretty good. It's a bit of a shame I can't get home to see my family more often though.
Family.
Did I say something I shouldn't have?
No, I'm just recalling my family from the database. Load successful. So that's them. I had forgotten.
It's hard not seeing your family.
It isn't.
Huh? It's not?
It's not. Never mind. Please continue with your story, Ansel.
Oh, okay. I guess I can tell you about Rimbilliton.
Okay. Ansel spoke a lot about his homeland, the look of the mining town, his family, his sister, why he chose to become a doctor, and other such things. I don't know why, but it felt a bit distant to me, like a memory of what my parents looked like. Yes, everyone in the medical section talks about themselves on a regular basis. I am familiar with everyone's past, but for me, it is always a very distant thing. Until then, I had thought it a very normal feeling. However, this is a problem that does exist. Now then, it's time to write today's entry. It may be longer than usual this time.
Entering the month and the day. Overcast.
I finally returned to Rhode Island after a rather long trip. Although I occasionally travel with small teams, this time there were some additional circumstances that caused some difficulties. Yes, difficulties.
Flashback to that? Excuse me, Ptilopsis.
Was I sleeping?
Yes, I just need to tell you that we ran into a bit of a situation with the extraction and we need to recalibrate our tools.
Do you need my help?
No, thanks. You've been a great help so far, Ptilopsis. It's a purely manual recalibration. No need to bother you. The captain just wanted you to know that the calibration may not be done today. If you're bored, there's a Casimir's village not far from here. You could go for a stroll. It's the only mobile village in the area. It's not that small, and the scouts say there's a fair on today that might have some fun things. Of course, if you want to keep resting here, that's fine too.
Yes, I want to see it.
Sure, here's a map and some petty cash for you. Sorry, we didn't really plan for this situation, so that's all the Casimir's coinage we have.
Casimir's coinage?
Well, most places accept Lungman dollars, they're not universal, especially these villages outside of nomadic cities. They usually only take local currency.
Yes, that sounds correct. There is some corroborating information in the database.
Alright, let's get going.
Oh, are you going too?
Well, yes, this is a small operation, so we didn't establish a base camp. The main point being we can't use our communications equipment. That means when somebody without combat capability wants to head out, she'll need an escort. Not to mention, we all know your physical condition. You definitely can't be allowed out alone for your own safety.
This is the first time I have encountered this base camp information. Database update required.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I rarely go out.
Oh, right. I shouldn't have brought it up. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Nothing. Never mind. Let's move out.
In retrospect, he apologized to me because he felt he hadn't properly considered my health and had said something that could have hurt me. In fact, I didn't think of that at all at the time. And here I encounter my first problem. It seems I do not know many things that others take for granted. No, it's not that I don't know exactly. These things are in my database, but I have forgotten them because I haven't used them for so long. Yes, I should adjust the wording. Then my second problem. Casimir's scenery is quite different from Columbia's or the view from the bridge of Rhode Island. The air is clean and vegetation plentiful. Most of the villagers were Kuranta, but there were some of other races as well. The village fair was much busier than expected. After a meeting with a logistics operator in charge of procurement, he showed me around and asked if I would like to buy anything. I thought perhaps I could bring gifts for everyone in the medical section.
What are you buying, stranger? Wait, wrong. What can I get you, miss? Hello, miss?
I don't know.
Huh? You want to buy something, but you don't know what it is. Sorry, my companion is easily distracted. You want some local Casimir's goods. Come again, stranger. Sorry.
At that point, I realized my second problem. I do not know what everyone in the medical section enjoys. That isn't to say we don't have a good relationship. On the contrary, Dr. Silence and I should be good friends, according to the broad definition of the term. We've worked together extensively since our time at Rhine Lab, and she is the one who invited me to Rhode Island. My relationship with the rest of the medic operators are amicable as well. But I don't know what they like. I never thought about it. After that, we headed back to camp, and the rest of the expedition proceeded without incident. But on the way back, I began to think about something I had never realized was wrong. Well, of course, I actually slept about half the trip. On the way to the village, I even fell asleep in the middle of the road. But to make for an easier read, I will omit those details. Since joining Rhine Lab and transferring to Rhode Island...
Up, sis! Open up!
Ifrit, what are you doing here?
Silence is busy in the lab. I heard you were back, so I came to see you. It's like, since you're pretty much always here, it was a lot weirder to have you gone. I'm used to Silence being out. I'm so glad you're back.
Indeed, I rarely go out.
Why'd you say that twice, Ptilopsis?
It just occurred to me that I don't actually go outside very often.
Huh. Did you hit your head out there?
No, it was just some unknown error in the system. It has been fixed. I bought some Casimir's goods. They're over there.
Really? Let's see. Wow, this is a cool wooden sword. Here. Phew. Swing. Check it out. Do I look like one of those flippy Kurantas?
No.
Whatever. I still want it.
Good. There is a storybook on the shelf. You can read it over there. I'm going to write something.
Sweet.
Now then. It's been a long time since I joined Rhine Lab and moved to Rhode Island. I'm completely used to the way things are now and subconsciously consider it normal. But this trip made me realize that's not the case. Not that I reject the life I lead, I have just suddenly become aware of this problem. That is, I am myself quite far from normal. Is normal the correct word here? Is it my life that is abnormal? Broadly speaking, I suppose it is. And I simply forget. Even I have a hard time describing what Ripthy has taken from me and given to me. I can manage that once Silence worked out a treatment plan for me at Rhine Lab, research and sleep gradually took over my entire life. My body doesn't allow me to do time-consuming work, let alone leave the facility. I am self-conscious about my condition, so even on the rare occasion that I do go outside, I do not move about so freely. For as long as I can remember, all my knowledge of the outside world has come almost entirely from the descriptions of my colleagues, various documents, and the unchanging view outside my window. Now that I think about it, it's only natural that I would aspire to be like Gabriel and Ansel. But before today, I did not realize why. because I can't help but compartmentalize myself when people discuss their lives. I can engage with their topics, but I subconsciously think I don't belong in them.
Ptilopsis, what are you writing? Doesn't look like a report to me.
A diary.
A diary? Oh, Silence told me to keep one, but it was a huge pain.
True, it is a lot of work to write every day, but it is necessary for me.
Why?
To keep myself from forgetting.
Why do you forget?
Because I am forgetful.
I don't get it.
It is better if you don't.
Oh, can I see it?
You can, but it is all text. I don't think you will like it.
Yeah, screw it. I'll go back to my storybook.
Right. Now then, where was I?
Flashback.
Silence. What's the matter? Something wrong in the lab? Huh? Ah, no. I'm just trying to figure out what to get Ifrit for her birthday. It's coming up. A birthday present? Yes, it needs to be fireproof. And it needs to be something she likes. A child's mind is so unpredictable. I should just make something myself. What? Nothing. I was just pondering how even Silence thinks about such things. Is it that strange? Well, maybe it's a bit unlike me. But since I decided to take Ifrit with me, these things are my responsibility. Even Silence, who can bury herself in her work for days on end, has such a side to her. I understand that this is my own problem. Or should I say, it was not a problem to begin with. I don't feel so bad because I do not dislike this researcher's life. On the other hand, if I hated research, I wouldn't have joined Rhine Lab at all. Whether at Rhine Lab or Rhode Island, I have seen countless people more miserable than I, and I am lucky compared to them. And I believe that the research I'm doing is something meaningful. So, I'm not writing this as a lamentation or to say that I've suddenly realized that I've been living the wrong kind of life. I just remember the purpose of my diary. I hear strange noises from time to time, metal scraping, crashing, shouting, explosions. It's like these voices are coming from deep inside me, haunting me. Sometimes when I wake up I find myself in a sort of trance and I forget where I am and what I'm doing. Of course I don't really forget, but there's no denying that I'll need more time and energy to remember than a normal person would. I started this diary just to ensure I did not forget something important. Something important.
Ptilopsis, are you staring at me? And why have you been mumbling to yourself all this time?
Nothing.
Did you get yourself into trouble? Do you need me to talk to Silence for you? I'll help you once cause we're friends. You better not have done anything too bad. I don't need a spanking from Silence.
Don't worry. Today's encounter made me realize something. When it comes to the important things, just trying not to forget them isn't enough. Rather, I wish I could do more to understand the people I care about. I don't want to regret anything. Ptilopsis, is Ifrit with you?
Hey, it's Silence!
Ifrit didn't give you any trouble, did she? No, she was very good. I'm glad. And are you okay? You seemed a bit off when you came back today. I'm fine. But yes, I was just about to go looking for you. For me? Yes, I'd like to talk to you. Talk? Don't we always talk? I'd like to discuss a few things I've never thought about before.
And pardon that voice level. But yeah, for those of you who want to see a bit more Ptilopsis does have a operator record. If I will not forget, I will also put the operator record into the description of the video if you have not seen it yet, or you can just see it in-game as well if you have the operator, and she is E2, E2 level 1, and I think you only need 50% trust on her to unlock the operator record and see it. It shines a bit more light on her as a character. Also has a bit of cryptic stuff at the very end regarding her dreams. And if you want to know how she became the person she is today, aka this kind of, well, robotic talking kind of person, her module short story, which you can also very easily get on her, is pretty much the short story that covers the procedure and what transpired around there. But yeah, there is a lot of cryptic stuff around her, the implant inside of her head, and everything else surrounding her. So do a deep dive. Do a deep dive. Obviously, there is also a bit about her. Well, she is present in the side story Dorothy's Vision that was up earlier this year. Around the beginning of the year, can't remember exactly, around February or March, somewhere around there. If you want to see that story and haven't had the opportunity yet to see it or read it, or don't want to wait for the rerun of the story, obviously I did a narration on the story when it was live in the client, and if you want to see it, it should be in the description of the video, or you can just easily find it on the channel and just sit back and relax and enjoy the story. Anyway, we shall now continue with our final story for today, featuring, I guess, everybody's favorite chef in the kitchen, Matterhorn. So, let's begin with today's kitchen. "9:50 a.m. Sunny. Rhode Island Landship, compartment number 2, cafeteria. North Kerouac style stir-fried greens, sprinkled with a little Rhode Island special seasoning. And we're done."
Wow, looks delicious.
"You flatter me. Such leafy greens are rare in Kerouac, so I don't often get to cook dishes like this. Your approval brings me joy. Things are different in the snowfields of Kerouac. Many goods are hard to come by, even with money. It's not like here on this landship, where supplies are so plentiful."
Supplies. I think I heard Closure say something about that. I guess Rhode Island has like a special procurement channel that brings supplies and stuff to the ship. They have bases all over the place, so we can get all kinds of different ingredients from different places.
That explains it. But they really have bases all over?
I guess they're like offices or something. I don't really get this stuff. That reminds me, wasn't there a wish list on the bulletin board outside the cafeteria? If there's anything special you like to eat, you can write it up there. I heard those pretty girls in procurement check it every day. You're too sweet, Gumi. Call me pretty again and I'll bring you back some candy next time. You're gorgeous. Atta girl. Seriously? Matterhorn, right? Just make a note of whatever you need on that bulletin board there and we'll procure it for you, if we get the chance.
I understand. I'll make use of it if I find myself in need. Your efforts humble me.
No need to go that far. This is our job after all. What's with this stiffness? We're all friends here. Loosen up and talk like a human being already. You need to take our work more seriously. Don't mind her. We have things to do, so we'll get out of your hair for now. Everybody's so nice. Last time we moored by a city closure even took me shopping with her. The stuff she bought was kinda weird, but I still had fun.
I heard about that. Dr. Colson was very upset when she bought a big stone mask.
Yeah, that mask was so creepy. I tried it on once.
Next time you see something so strange, perhaps you shouldn't touch it. The food has cooled down and the temperature is perfect. It's salty. This flavor may be a little bit much.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's great. Do you think I could try some? Can I? Please let me have some, Uncle Matterhorn.
Uncle? Am I that old now? Of course you can. In fact, it would be a big help to me if you were my taste tester.
Yay! Come on, let me try. Oh!
What's wrong?
I kind of feel like there's less food on this plate than there was a second ago. So weird. Am I going crazy? Oh well, give me a bite.
Gumi, chewing and munching. How is it?
It's great! The veggies are crunchy and juicy and super refreshing and seasoned just right. It's really, really good.
Oh? I appreciate the compliment. But I think you're exaggerating a bit. This is a simple recipe designed for home cooking. I can put a copy up in the kitchen for everyone to try.
Yay! I also let you try my secret recipe from Ursa's frozen vegetable soup, Uncle Matterhorn. It's super healthy. Oh, it'll be like a treat.
Sounds delicious. I'll give it a try the next time I'm preparing a midnight snack for the ladies.
I'm sure Pramanix and Clifford will love it.
The lady and the young lady, By the way, Gumi, shouldn't you send along that stew you've been preparing? It's for the doctor, isn't it? It will get cold if we leave it any longer, and that will affect the taste, won't it?
Oh, I almost forgot. I better get going. Uncle Matterhorn, the stir-fried greens are mega delicious. Send me the recipe.
What a vivacious little girl. Show yourself. No? Then you'll have to pardon me.
Oof. Come on, man. Are we really up to blades and guns now? Where did you pull that out of anyway? And what's it doing in the kitchen? You could hurt somebody. How do you know it's the ear? I thought I was pretty well hidden.
Ethan biting an apple? Like any asshole would in any movie. By the way, secret recipe if you're watching a movie. If you see a character bite into an apple in front of the camera, that guy is probably an asshole. It kind of works 90% of the time. Anyway. You... stealing food from the kitchen again? There's no need for that. If you're hungry, just go to the cafeteria. Did you not learn your lesson last time? I recall a logistic operator telling you if you were caught using your powers to take food or ingredients without permission again, you would be punished appropriately.
Punishment? Oh, you mean the one where they make me wear a sign that says, I took food from the kitchen? What kind of punishment is that? I thought they were joking. Hey, wait a minute, you still didn't tell me how you found me.
If you hadn't swiped some of the dish I just made, I wouldn't have noticed your presence.
Ah, I blew it. I was just going to see if there was any breakfast leftovers I could eat, but that stuff you made smelled so good I couldn't resist. Sorry, so sorry, infinitely sorry. More sorry than sorry can be. You don't care that much, do you?
I care.
Yeah, that's a relief. Huh? Wait a minute. What did you just say? Huh?
I said I care.
Whoa. No way, this could be bad. If he's gonna get stuck in on this thing, this is a problem that could go places.
You...
What?
You didn't use a fork. You grabbed the food with your hands, and you didn't even wash them. That's unsanitary. It's unacceptable.
Huh? So that's all you care about?
Hygiene is no laughing matter. Show respect to your food, especially when it's handmade. Every serving of this dish contains a piece of my heart. Wait, you washed that apple first, didn't you? You need to take care of yourself as a warrior.
Alright, I get it.
That's the same attitude Instructor Doberman is always getting us upset about. Anyway, I shouldn't be butting my horns in there.
Come on, I'm really turning over a new leaf here. It's just that hey, sometimes old habits die hard. And it's the kind of thing I never got to worry about. But you got one thing wrong. I did remember to wash my hands this time.
Just splashing water over them for a second doesn't count as washing your hands.
You're a real hard-ass man. Okay, whatever, I'll remember next time.
Frivolous little... Oh, by the way, how did you find the dish you just tasted?
Dish? You mean the stir-fried greens? Didn't that gummy girl already stroke your ego? Need a quick tug from me too? Sure, fine. It blew me away, incredible flavor, and your biceps are huge.
Any additional glib remarks?
Oh yeah, tons.
Save them. I'm not sure how much longer I can hold myself back from educating you.
Seriously, do you really want to hear the truth? Alright, I'll give it to you straight. The dish is good, it's tasty. But how do I put this? I get a confusing feeling when I eat it.
Don't talk nonsense. My cooking isn't capable of sparking such feelings.
Gee, you're really no fun at all. Not sure. You know, I saw you sigh a few times while you were cooking. Like full on, you were spacing out and sighing to yourself. It's hard to imagine you put on food this good in a state like that.
I am...
Stop. Forget it, man. Don't force it if you don't want to. I don't care at all, really. I don't know what's bothering you, but just some advice from old Ethan. Take a good look at the big picture and don't do this to yourself. Look at me. There was me back there. But I'm over that. Can't do anything about it anyway. Might as well not think about it. Life in Rhode Island is good. Hey, changing the subject. I just want to ask, what's cooking in your pot over there? Smells really good.
That's braised beast meat. It's ready to go. I'm about to sprinkle some cheese on it. It's a traditional Kieran dish. Snowlanders all grow up eating it. They've made some slight adjustments to make the beast meat more tender.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Can I try this too?
Wait, not that. That's... Quick flashback. Here you are, Matterhorn. Master, when did you get to Rhode Island? And why didn't you inform me you were coming? In just a moment, I'll make you some tea. No need. I'm only passing through.
It's just a matter of talking to the doctor about some Kierag issues. It all came up pretty suddenly, so I didn't have time to tell you. There is a lot of pressure. The master is pushing himself too hard.
I see. Setting that aside, Matterhorn, how is Encia these days? The young lady is in good spirits and her condition is under control. As you instructed, Courier and I have been keeping an eye on the lady's health. I prepare a separate lunch for her to avoid any adverse reactions to Rhode Island's food. That's good. Heat up another pot of salted milk tea while you're at it. Encia always liked that.
Your tastes haven't changed, nor have hers, Master.
As you wish, Master. Well, that's that. Thank you. I prepared that specially for the young lady, at the Master's command. I'll be bringing it to her later. If you're still hungry, I can prepare something else for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. I really want to get some of that tender meat.
It's very precious food, especially requested from operators who were passing by that base. That is all we have. Not to mention, braised meat takes a tremendous amount of time. You'll just have to make do with the regular fried beast meat.
This is discrimination.
Beggars can be choosers.
Fine, I'll earn the good stuff. That master you're talking about, he's your boss, right? That's Master Silverash, who pops up every now and then to chat up with the doctor.
That's right. You've met the master? Whether you have or not, I advise you to take a more respectful tone.
I called him master. Is that not respectful enough? Anyway, that boss of yours, I heard he's got a couple of young sisters.
Yes, what of them?
That feline girl named Nencia, she's your young lady, isn't she? Real sweet of her brother to send you along to feed her home cooking. You've heard the foreign stuff won't agree with her. So that's the young lady. Where's the old lady?
What exactly are you asking? The matter of the ladies is the master's private affair. You'd best not ask such questions.
Yeah, that's a scary face. Chill, I'm not dumb enough to go sticking my nose into rich people's business.
So? Pass that sauce bottle over there for me.
This one? Here you go.
Thanks.
Welcome. Oh, that's starting to smell good.
And we're done. It's just plain fried beast meat, but I made a few substitutions. It should taste alright. There's bread in the basket over there, and there should be rice in the pot next to it. You can have whatever you like. I need to bring this to the young lady now. Remember to wash your hands before you eat.
Get out of here. Are you my mother?
No, thankfully I'm not.
Yeah, get going. Too bad. That braised meat smelled amazing. Guess I'll wash my hands. Weird. Since when am I such a good boy? Okay, do the soap. The 30 seconds on each hand. 3, 2, 1. And we're good.
Ethan shakes out his hands.
Safe.
At least wipe your hands before you grab the bread.
Huh? Who's that?
Nobody. Just a blacksmith. Where's Matterhorn? Thanks, Matterhorn, for the tea. It smells good. Is there some sesame oil in it? That's how I used to take it when I was little. I can't believe you still remember.
You humbled me, my lady. Now then, I'll leave you to enjoy it. I must be off. It must have been the master who put the sesame oil in the tea for her when she was small. But the master hasn't had salted milk tea like this since he came back from Victoria. He must have forgotten. My lady. The young lady picked out all the peppers again this time. He's been doing that since she was small. If you keep being so picky with your food, you won't get a balanced diet. Things will only get worse. That reminds me, the master would, in such cases... No, don't go down that road. It's too dangerous an issue. Better just forget about it.
Hey, big guy.
Who's there?
It's me. You see something floating down the corridor. Who else could it be? You stupid? Whatever. Here, take this. Don't drop it.
What's a...
There you go. I got a thing. Later.
Wait! He's gone. What is he doing? It's... a sandwich? He burned the bread, didn't cut the edges, and sliced the scale sour meat too thick. It's...
Cut him a break. He worked hard on it, even put in some tangerine slices. It should taste fine.
Vulcan. You must be here for my shield. I left it with a few other pieces that need fixing in the kitchen. I'll fetch them for you.
It's okay, I'll go with. That guy was pretty chatty while working on that sandwich.
Did Ethan say something unpleasant to you? Let me apologize on his behalf. He speaks without thinking, but there's no malice in him.
No. Slow down there. It's nothing like that. He said he wanted to give Uncle Matterhorn a taste of aimless youth cuisine as a token of appreciation. I guess he put his heart into it. Oh, and he walked off with 2 plates of food that were sitting in the kitchen.
What nonsense. Such hooliganism.
It is, but why do I get the sense that you kinda like it?
That's ridiculous.
Look me in the eye and say that.
By the way, how old is Ethan? Where does he get off calling me uncle? Oh, Matterhorn, you're just everybody's uncle. But anyway, this will be our final of the stories for today. Next time we shall cover the rest of the stories in here, and then we shall be done with it. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider leaving a like on it, because that would help me out a lot in the algorithm, and would mean, of course, a lot to me as well. And if you're new to the channel and you like this and want to hear more stories, consider subscribing. There is continuous updates, and always new stories get covered very, very quickly. And there's obviously a lot of other stories that are already covered if you just want to sit back, enjoy and relax, and listen to some old stories that you never had the opportunity to do so. Considering that this video also goes live just around the time where the Contingency Contract Season 12 is running, and we are soon to be having the next chapter of the main story here on the global side of things. You can bet your sweet, sweet, sweet buttocks that that will be covered from day one after it drops, so expect those videos, and please look forward to those. I sure as hell am looking forward to the next chapter of that thing. But as always, before I forget, because it's gonna slip my mind again, or rather, it's gonna slip my mind as always with these kinds of things, but the channel from, as this video is going live now, is halfway monetized, finally. And yes, I say halfway because I wasn't aware of a fact that for stuff like memberships, super chats, and thanks, you only need 500 subs. Now, I wasn't aware of this because apparently the place where I live, or the country I live in, Croatia, was not part of this kind of, what do you call it, package? I don't know, but wasn't part of the thing to be eligible and enabled on the channel. But apparently they changed some stuff around, and a bunch of countries, including my own, have finally been added to the YouTube partnership program. And yeah, I wasn't even aware that you only need 500 subs for that to be enabled. But yeah, as of this video, pretty much every video on the channel now has a join button for a membership, and a thanks button there as well if you want to support my work and what I do. Well, there it is. Pretty much. But I will stress one thing, and I'll say it on videos whenever I remember to promote this stuff. I do not plan to put anything behind a paywall. The membership is literally only there to support the channel if you so desire, and if you can, of course, no stress about it. And if you're looking at it right now, yes, that is the name I chose for the membership. You are welcome. It is twofold in meaning. Why did I go with that? Oh, whatever. That it is what it is. But yeah, it exists. Feel free to use it if you want to support the channel. If you don't, it's fine. I just wanted to point it out because it's finally a thing, and as we are approaching the 1000 subs soon, I will also be able to probably get ad revenue from these videos, so that's gonna be also it. I'm gonna completely forget to promote the memberships and stuff. But anyway, that's for another day, and thank you very much, like I said, and I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.